G'day everyone. I'm Dr. Zoe Mitchell, and today we're going to have a chat about something that most blokes over 60 never bring up at the doctor's office, something they don't even mention to their mates down at the pub, but it weighs heavily on their health and peace of mind every single day. I'm talking about masturbation after 60. Now, before anyone clicks away thinking this is too awkward, hang on a sec. You've probably wondered whether it's still healthy to keep doing it. Or maybe you've heard it's bad for your prostate, your heart, or even your energy levels. If these questions have been rattling around in your head, mate, you're not alone. In my over 20 years of practice here in Australia, I've heard these concerns whispered across the desk more times than I can count, and it's completely natural. We grew up in a generation that treated sexuality like it was something shameful, but those days are done and dusted. Right, so before we dive in, quick disclaimer. This is a medical video based on science and clinical experience. I respect everyone's personal beliefs and religious views, but today we're talking health facts. If you've got specific concerns or take medications, always chat with your own GP before making changes. Sound fair? Good. Now, in this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 scientifically proven benefits of this practice. And here's the thing, guys. I'm also going to answer the question everyone's asking in the comments. How often is actually healthy? Stick around, because at the end, I'll give you practical guidelines. And in my next video, I'll cover the risks you need to know about, so you'll have the complete picture to make informed decisions. Let's get stuck into it. Benefit number 1, nourishment and health for the penis. Now, when we talk about men's intimate health, we rarely think about the word nourishment. But here's the thing. Every erection is actually a proper nutrient bath for the tissues of your penis. Think of it like a watering system in your garden. When water flows through regularly with good pressure, the plants stay green, elastic, and full of life. If the water stops flowing, everything starts to wither. During an erection, oxygen-rich blood floods into the corpora cavernosa. These are like little sponges inside that fill up, expand, and get nourished with each pulse. This process maintains tissue elasticity, prevents stiffness, and helps sensitivity stay sharp as you age. On the flip side, when erections are few and far between, the tissue loses flexibility, just like a muscle that never gets worked. This can lead to weaker responses and feeling disconnected from your own body. I've had patients who, after months of no sexual activity, were genuinely surprised when they struggled to get a firm erection. Once they resumed regular self-stimulation, they noticed improvements in response and confidence. In other words, masturbation isn't just about pleasure, it's a natural vascular workout that keeps this vital organ healthy and functioning. Fair dinkum. Benefit 2, an ally for your prostate. If there's one point that surprises most older blokes, it's this one. Masturbation can actually be a massive help to your prostate. For decades, people believed the opposite, that frequent ejaculation was harmful, that it would weaken you or drain your vital energy. Today, we know that idea was complete rubbish. Science has proven the opposite. A highly respected study from Harvard University followed over 30,000 men for years and found something remarkable. Those who ejaculated more frequently had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer. Why does this happen? Researchers explain that ejaculation acts as a cleaning mechanism. When you ejaculate, you're also flushing out potentially harmful substances that accumulate in the prostatic ducts. It's like rinsing out a pipe so it doesn't get blocked. The more regular that natural cleaning is, the lower the chance of compounds building up that could damage cells. I remember one patient who confessed his fear. "Doc, won't doing it too much be harmful?" After I explained this evidence, his whole perspective changed. He understood it as an act of internal maintenance, simple and natural, that his own body offers as a tool for self-care. The conclusion is crystal clear. Regular masturbation doesn't harm the prostate. On the contrary, it protects it. Benefit 3, strengthening the pelvic floor. When we think about important muscles for health, we usually talk about arms, legs, or the back. But there's a muscle group we almost never discuss that's absolutely vital for older men: the pelvic floor. This network of muscles supports the bladder, prostate, and internal organs, and plays an essential role in both sexual function and urinary control. What's interesting is that every orgasm triggers rhythmic contractions in this area. They're small, involuntary exercises that naturally strengthen the pelvic floor. In other words, masturbation becomes a discreet but highly effective workout to keep those muscles active. Let me tell you about a patient I'll call Rob, a 72-year-old bloke from Brisbane. After prostate surgery, he started experiencing small urine leaks after going to the loo, something we call post-void dribbling. I recommended Kegel exercises and maintaining sexual activity adapted to his situation. Over time, not only did he regain confidence, but he also significantly reduced that dribbling that bothered him so much. The message is clear. Just like we exercise our legs to walk better, the pelvic floor needs stimulation to stay strong. And masturbation is a simple way to provide that stimulus, helping prevent urinary problems and improving sexual response. A body that's exercised from the inside is a body that ages with more dignity. Benefit 4. Natural stress reducer. Many people reckon retirement equals absolute calm. But in reality, life after 60 isn't stress-free. Worries about health, fear of loneliness, financial concerns, or the responsibility of supporting kids and grandkids. All of this creates chronic stress that elevates cortisol, the hormone that wears down your heart, raises blood pressure, and makes it hard to sleep. Here's where an unexpected ally appears: masturbation. During orgasm, your body releases a surge of chemicals that drastically reduces cortisol levels. That feeling of relief and deep relaxation you get afterwards isn't random. It's a genuine reset of your nervous system. I had a patient who told me, "Doc, after an orgasm, I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders." That phrase perfectly captures what's happening biochemically. Your body relaxes, muscle tension eases, and your mind finds a breather. It's not just about physical pleasure. It's a natural tool against everyday stress. Just like some folks practice meditation or go for a peaceful walk, others discover that this intimate practice gives them back peace and balance. Taking care of your heart and mind also means allowing moments of release. Masturbation, in this sense, is medicine without pills. Benefit 5. Wellbeing chemical cocktail. After an orgasm, heaps of people describe a feeling of peace that's hard to match. And it's not your imagination. It's pure brain chemistry working in your favor. At that moment, your brain releases a mix of substances that work like a genuine well-being cocktail. First, there's dopamine, which gives you pleasure, motivation, and energy to keep going. Then comes oxytocin, known as the cuddle hormone, which creates a sense of connection and deep calm, even when you're alone. And serotonin also joins in, helping stabilize mood and reduce sadness. This natural cocktail is especially valuable in your senior years when loneliness or apathy can show up more easily. Many older blokes tell me that after masturbating, they don't just sleep better, they feel in a better mood, more inclined to chat and go for a walk. It's like their body reminds them they can still experience joy and vitality. What's most interesting is you don't need to resort to medications to get this benefit. It's within reach of your own biology. Your brain keeps this internal pharmacy that, with a simple stimulus, releases compounds that combat sadness and reinforce motivation to live with more enthusiasm. Benefit 6. Self-exploration and intimate checkup. Masturbation isn't just about pleasure. It's also a discreet and powerful form of medical self-examination. When a bloke touches himself regularly, he learns to know his body intimately, to detect changes that might otherwise go unnoticed. During these moments of contact, you can notice if sensitivity has changed, if there's any unusual lump in the testicles, if there's pain during erection, or if the curvature of the penis has changed. Small details that doctors often discover late can be detected by you early on. I've known men who discovered testicular cancer or Peyronie's disease in time thanks to that personal attention. It wasn't luck, it was about listening to your body quietly and without rush. One patient I'll call Trevor, 6'8" from Melbourne, came in worried about a discomfort he only noticed during self-stimulation. Thanks to that early observation, he could start treatment quickly and avoid complications. That's why I bang on about this so much. Conscious masturbation is a private checkup. It's the intimate mirror that lets you monitor your own health. And the sooner you detect a problem, the better your chances of resolving it successfully. Knowing yourself is always the first step to taking care of yourself. Benefit 7. Promotes restorative sleep. Insomnia is one of the most common complaints among men over 60. Many tell me, "Doc, I go to bed exhausted but can't fall asleep. My mind stays active, worried, and my body just can't find calm." Masturbation can be, in this sense, a natural ally. After orgasm, your body releases oxytocin and prolactin, two hormones that create a pleasant feeling of drowsiness. Plus, as I mentioned earlier, cortisol levels drop, which helps your mind leave that constant state of alert. The result is deeper, more restorative, and continuous sleep. It's not the typical interrupted rest from tossing and turning, but sleep that genuinely recharges your body for the next day. Many patients have confessed something similar. "Doc, it's my best sleeping pill. And the beauty is, it has no side effects." That phrase reflects reality. It's not about depending on chemicals, but taking advantage of a natural resource your own body offers. Sleeping well isn't a luxury. It's a fundamental pillar of health. And if something this simple can help improve nighttime rest, it deserves to be seen not as taboo, but as a healthy and practical habit. Benefit 8. Reconnection with your body. As the years pass, many blokes start looking at their body with some distance. The wrinkles, joint aches, or loss of strength can make them see it more as a source of limitations than an ally. That disconnection is dangerous because it affects not just self-esteem, but also how we face aging. Conscious masturbation offers a path to reconnect with yourself. It's an intimate act that reminds you that despite the changes, your body is still capable of generating pleasure, vitality, and well-being. It's not simply a physical practice, it's also an emotional reminder that you're still alive and sensitive. I've worked with men who, after years of sexual inactivity, rediscovered in self-stimulation a way to reconcile with their own body. One told me, "Doc, I thought I was useless for anything. And I realized I can still enjoy myself." That rediscovery completely changed his mood and how he related to himself. Accepting pleasure is also accepting the value of your own body. And when you're at peace with who you are, body image improves, self-esteem rises, and life is lived with more serenity. Intimacy with yourself is a silent medicine that strengthens the soul. Benefit 9. Control of sexual responses. One of the most common problems I hear about in consultations is premature ejaculation, or, at the other extreme, difficulty reaching orgasm. Both situations create frustration, insecurity, and in many cases affect relationships. The good news is, masturbation can become a safe space to learn to know and control your own sexual responses. When a bloke masturbates without rushing, he can experiment with techniques like stop-start, which involves getting close to climax and then pausing for a few seconds before continuing. This simple training helps prolong arousal time and gain better mastery over sexual response. What's valuable about this process is it happens in an environment without external pressures, without the anxiety of performing in front of someone else. It's an intimate laboratory where each person can observe their rhythms, sensations, and reactions. One patient commented, "Doc, by practicing alone, I learned to know myself better, and afterwards, I could enjoy much more with my wife." That testimony sums up the essential point. Self-exploration doesn't just improve personal experience. It also enriches intimacy with a partner because it allows you to share from greater knowledge and confidence. Masturbation is, in this sense, also learning. Benefit 10. Keeps desire alive. Sexual desire doesn't originate just in the genitals, but in the brain, which is the most powerful sexual organ we have. Over the years, many people reckon libido inevitably disappears, but actually what happens is the neural circuits of desire need to stay active, just like any other muscle or skill. If you stop using them, they weaken, but if you keep them stimulated, they remain functional. Masturbation acts as a reminder to your brain that sexuality is still part of your life. Each time you engage in it, you're activating those circuits, keeping them lubricated and ready. It's like keeping a car running so the engine doesn't seize up. Many older blokes who gave up sexual activity for years found that when they tried to resume, their bodies seemed to have forgotten how to respond. That's not a permanent failure. It's simply lack of practice. Regular masturbation keeps those pathways open, making it easier to maintain interest in sex and respond when the opportunity arises, whether with a partner or alone. Desire feeds on desire. The more you nurture it, the more alive it stays. And keeping it active doesn't just improve your sex life. It also gives you a sense of vitality and connection with your own humanity that's priceless as you age. Now, here's the question I get in the comments all the bloody time. How often should I actually be doing this? Right. Let's get practical. Based on research and my clinical experience, for men over 60, I generally recommend about 2 to 3 times per week. That's a good baseline that provides the health benefits we've talked about without overdoing it. But here's the important bit. This isn't a one-size-fits-all situation. Your own body will tell you what feels right. If you're on medications like alfuzosin or tamsulosin for prostate issues, you might notice they affect your erections. That's normal. And you should chat with your GP about possible adjustments or alternatives. And if you've had prostate surgery or radiation therapy, your situation might require a tailored approach, but the benefits are still there, just modified to your circumstances. Some of you asked about whether once or twice a day is too much. Look, if you're doing it that frequently and feel fine, no fatigue, no soreness, then your body's probably coping all right. But if you notice decreased semen volume or it's feeling like a chore rather than enjoyable, maybe space it out a bit more. Quality over quantity. Mates. And here's something beautiful that one of my subscribers shared. A 7-8-year-old gentleman who wrote that after learning to masturbate properly, after 40 years without sexual activity, he felt reborn. He said he now exercises daily and feels like a 40-year-old. That's the power of reconnecting with your body, folks. That's not just physical, that's mental and emotional health all wrapped together. So to wrap this up, masturbation after 60 isn't just okay, it's genuinely beneficial for your prostate, your pelvic floor, your stress levels, your sleep, your mood, and your overall sense of well-being. It's a form of self-care that costs nothing, has no side effects when done appropriately, and keeps your sexual health in good nick as you age. Now, I know some of you are thinking about the flip side, and rightly so. Are there any risks? Any downsides? Absolutely. And I'll cover all of that in my next video. I'll talk about when it might be a problem, medical conditions where you need to be careful, and how to keep everything balanced and healthy. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell so you don't miss it. If this video's been helpful, do me a favor and give it a thumbs up, and drop your questions in the comments below. I read every single one, and I'll answer as many as I can. If you need personal medical advice, you can find my contact details pinned in the comments or in the description box. Cheers for watching. And remember, your health matters at every age. Looking after yourself isn't selfish, it's essential. Catch you in the next one.